But that's a toy, you know something? I was supposed to give this to you on paper. Because it's a big package of paper. I don't know what happened.
I don't have those. I need to
Make sure that there's
So, you like this?
I've been doing it all year, Devin.
But you gonna pick it up when you go to college?
Maybe. I don't have the money. This is expensive equipment.
But you got the money now. That way you can do partying, bar mitzvah, my wedding.
Of course.
Is that your tripod in the closet?
What?
Is that your tripod in my closet?
No, it's not mine. This is mine.
There's a great big one in my closet.
Did you think about Uri Avenmoff?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a big one. I saw it.
Yeah, they need to come out of there.
It's definitely not mine. That's like thousands of dollars, that one.
I came out of the meeting and I said, where is everyone? And I go, wait, what's happening? I'm going to take a picture. I don't know, the kids love me. I don't know. It's just safe here. We came early to see. Yeah, take one.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So I have to be there.
Are you like the only teacher this year?
No, the more are coming.
More coming.
But I was thinking about being on time.
That's good.
Yeah. Everybody else runs late.
I was curious.
Kind of. She's a new video guy, huh?
Yeah.
Took over from Sammy Cash.
I also made the end of the year video.
That's why it stunk me, yeah, man. I was wondering.
You never
Nice
got sent
pictures,
out
by
yet.
the way, on the graduation.
Thank you.
Nice.
You got also the dinner pictures? Which graduation dinner pictures?
I didn't see the graduation dinner pictures. I looked at the ones that you sent me the link
I
to.
think they can send them out, but I'll send you later.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No
I
problem.
didn't know there were dinner pictures. I mean, every year was dinner.
What? The high school graduation dinner.
The high school graduation. Anyway, you are talented.
What?
You are very talented.
Thank you.
I graduated with 25.
I told her she needs to invite another kid. So maybe we should make 3 days. We should make this 3 days like this. So I'll do So what do we do again, John? Is that what we take?
There's Josh.
Oh, there he is. Hi, guys.
Oh yeah? That's cool. I held them both in the better racket.
Well, he goes to Donut Gold.
Yeah. I am, but they do.
That made this work. She designed you and made the balloons. Like she thought of it. In one of my magazines. One of the women magazines I read in. Wow. The balloons are not for us yet. Don't carry them yet.
Ruth, come here. Ruth, come here.
Hall of Fame, Music Park. Mommy, if you here, you have to be super quiet, careful. Because you're doing the live stream of the broadcast. So if you say anything, everyone who's watching live, like Paulette and her brother, Grandpa, will hear you.
So should I say,
Hi, Paulette. Hi, Dad. Should we say that? Should we say that together?
what do you think? Daddy's good to say it. Sarah, I'm sorry. I was believing I got fired.
What?
Sister, we need to be careful what we say because the live is being
Okay. I'll make fun of anybody.
you know what we're gonna say. Hi, Paulette.
I said it much earlier.
You see? Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, sometimes.
That's why I thought it was shops.
And alabaster?
Get them there. Like everything that's
Her mother never went to lunch with anyone. She was in the house in the living room.
couldn't buy this much house.
In the living room.
Remember, I was in the States. I walked to school with her on Shabbos and bumped into her. Also, how you reassess this. I think part of it is they have to kind of figure out what's needed. Because now they might be able to, like maybe in 6 months they won't, or 9 months, but if they can now, they should take advantage. Right. So there's so much unknown. Now, basically, she went in there with the baby, just kind of was like, because like they're her friends. So she's like, oh. She said they helped her
York. Joshua Krause. Shully President. Nathan Thomas.
What does the program say?
Joshua is good.
academic achievement card. President and Minister Baba. You know that?
Eddie has the Ketzer Shemte.
How many?
You are four.
We need.
You,
Four.
Alex, Ellie, and Judah, wherever.
What is academics? Those are the kids who had a 95 plus average.
Eddie, Rodney, Kylan.
What?
What? Do I have to be careful? Like, should I say something like?
I wouldn't say anything even now.
Yeah, I know, it's on.
Is it on?
Very hard. Don't say Iron Man.
It's like high grams from Bubby.
Grammy didn't start.
Okay.
It's on the
What? I see them. We're ready. Take your phone out.
Yeah.
Shirley, come here. Come here. That's the reason why I eat. But I knew.
Gets used to it. You write this picture? He's not a picture. No. I'm assuming that's where Mom, I'm assuming that's where you want to take pictures. The JC background is 2007.
I guess they're going to do that with each kid, right? Very nice. Look like when we did the Mars, I had everybody sitting so busy doing work. You know what I mean? Everybody just, you know, they get into work.
That's gonna be in
And we were able to do dinner. Because they did it at 5 o'clock. You know, we made a couple of reservations for dinner. We all went out for dinner and then everybody went home. It was kind of nice.
Looks like we're good. What?
Just want you to get a picture of Josh.
I'll get a picture of Josh.
I hope you hurt yourself,
I
Ellen.
actually know kind of
Jacob.
more. I had to
Because he's always sitting improperly in chairs, and I tell him, I hope he hurts himself really badly, and then he'll learn maybe.
Probably not.
No, it's because he keeps falling, and he doesn't hurt himself. Just needs to break his arm once, and then he'll learn. And he'll learn. Oy.
What? What is there?
We're going to operate the projector here.
That's
You know, we're going to be very careful what we say. Here, you know what, I'm going to move over a little.
That we have to be wary of no matter what. I don't know who's recording you.
Yeah, exactly, especially with this right behind us.
That's right.
That's Sarah.
I forgot to bring Moses.
I realized that especially with architecture, so many things
See, Holly broke a little.
Is there sound also work here? Hello, donuts.
Sarah, you see, put it under Benny's picture. Penny's picture's over there.
Good evening, Mazel Tov will be beginning in about 2 minutes.
Kenny?
Hi, Bubby. Hi, Grandpa.
Morning birthday party and then the morning graduation.
Party planners at John Mary's. Her husband.
That'll be a big problem. Wave to the camera.
He is using it. He's just waiting over there to take a picture of his brother. Probably move over once.
Good evening. Mazel tov and welcome to the commencement ceremony of the middle school graduating class of 2017. I ask you now to please turn your attention to the back of the room to welcome the graduates as they enter. Please welcome the teachers and faculty in the rebellion of the Rtma Middle School. We ask you to please rise as we sing together the National Anthem and Rtma. Mazel tov again and welcome to the graduation of your students, your children, grandchildren, boys who I was fortunate enough this year to become close with in class once a week when we got to spend our Friday mornings together. And I can tell you that I'm sure you've seen the development of these young men over this year has been phenomenal in maturity, in their growth both in the class and out, in the programs that they were involved with. These are a phenomenal group of boys, as you know, and we're so proud of all of their accomplishments and everything that they put their minds to. They accomplished, they succeeded, and they made us all very, very proud. Before we get started with the program, there are a couple of thank yous that I'd like to say. First of all, thank you to Mrs. Solomon, the JEC music teacher and piano player extraordinaire, for joining us tonight. To Benjamin White's RTMA Jr., who is responsible for the photography and the live streaming of tonight's event. I'd like to thank the wonderful maintenance staff at the JEC, Bezalel, Dennis, Gary, Jamal, Elva, Stella, and everyone who helped out. I also would like to personally thank Rabbi Pinchas Shapiro, who's with us in the back, who bravely steers the ship on a daily basis, to Mr. Steve Karp, who is here, and was here, but maybe stepped out for a second because he handles everything that goes on in the school, to Mr. Karp and the rest of the business office, who keep us going every day. Rabbi Beer, the lower school principal for now, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight as well. There are more people to thank and we'll get there, but last but not least, they don't like when I say anything about them. They asked me not to say anything tonight, but too bad. The office staff of the RTMA, Mrs. Abigail and Mrs. Lakeman, without whom most of what we do is impossible. I'm going to let other people thank the teachers in Rebbeim who are on the front lines every day. I'm not going to take away anybody else's. But I personally thank you, teachers in Rebbeim, for everything that you do constantly on a daily basis, in the class and out, to make sure that our students are well equipped for their futures and are able to handle any challenge that comes their way. Thank you. Our first speaker of the evening, somebody who doesn't really need an introduction, but he's going to get one anyway. Rabbi Oblonsky, besides being the leader of the faculty and the students of the Rtma Middle School, and has done so for the past many years, is somebody who personally, to me, has been like a brother, a dear friend who is constantly looking to advance the program educationally, addressing the students' emotional needs, their social needs, their needs of feeling safe and secure in the classroom, in the hallways, in the gym, on the teams. Rabbi Oblonsky, whose efforts know no bound, who is unmatched in his diligence and his desire for excellence in everything that happens in the middle school. And you, graduates, 8th grade young men, your future leaders, who you are lucky to have been the last class in Rtma, to have had Rabbi Yablonsky for 3 years, to learn from him, to see what a role model is of a true Ben Torah, a mensch, someone who is kulo tamim and is bein adam l'chaver and is bein adam l'makom. But before Rabbi Yablonsky, before I call you up here, we have a special presentation for you from some of your students. And to present you with a parting gift, I call upon Arya Singfer, Judah Fish, and David Engel.
Today is a special day to celebrate our 8th graders, but we wanted to take a few minutes to recognize Rabbi Y. We have shared so many lifelong lessons and memories with Rabbi Y that we will never forget, and we hope that he will never forget too.
Thank you for all that you have done for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders this year and all the students in the past 25 years. Thank you to Mrs. Fish, Rabbi Carlin, and Rabbi Freeman for helping us work on this.
Rabbi Yablonsky.
Collection of notes from the students, with pictures from different years too. Very touching. I don't have enough dishes. Every year I start off, and this year really means different words to me. This is a bittersweet moment. For me, personally, saying goodbye as you move on to the next year and phase in your life. But I have 2-3 messages I'd like to tie in, together with myself leaving, but a message that I've said over the years and I'd like to share with my Talmidim one more time. "25 years ago, I'd say 26 years ago, I was actually deciding what I wanted to do, whether I still remember standing in the hallway, my little hall in my apartment, in 331B Crowell's Road in Highland Park, talking to my father, Rabbi Snow. I don't know, should I go down to JEC for an interview? Should I not? And he said, "What does it hurt? You try it out." There's been a long trial, a very long trial. I had the opportunity over the last 25 years to at first be introduced to Rav Teitz in his old office. At that point, he was still in the old office. Welcomed me warmly. I think that was the last time I signed the contract. And it was, I don't know if you still have it. Oh, you do. Hope I lived up to it. The encouragement of the 25 years is what I'd like to talk about. Because one of the messages that I'd like to express to you, as I've said to you very often, life doesn't happen. Hashem organizes everything to take place. I've said this story over and over again, but I think it's important to hear it again. My personal story. Because it's not just about me, but just about noticing HaKadosh Baruch Hu everywhere, and that's a very important component. I was in yeshiva in LA, as you know, I lived in LA, I was in yeshiva in LA, you've heard me say that a number of times. And I was leaving the yeshiva. And that was my determination. I decided I was leaving. And I applied to another yeshiva, and I got accepted, and I was going to that yeshiva. My Rosh Yeshiva in LA said, please can you come back for one more zman? 2 more months, from Pesach to the summer. And talking it over with my father's Rav, we decided that I would go back for 2 more months. And when I came back, for some reason I decided I don't want to go back to another yeshiva I was going to. And I was going to Camp Tabernas at that point, and 2 of my friends were going to a yeshiva in Edison. I said, why am I telling you this? Well, so 2 of my friends were going to yeshiva in Edison. I said, okay, I'll go to yeshiva in Edison. And I went. In the yeshiva in Edison, I made new friends. I'm actually still there till this day. But one of my friends that I met in the yeshiva of Edison is a very dear friend of mine, and all of you do know him. His name is Rabbi Salva. Salva. And he actually he's not just a dear friend of mine, he actually introduced me to my wife. So it's a very touching experience. And then, so I met Rabbi Snow, and the conversation with Rabbi Snow, obviously my father-in-law, discussing about coming to the school, he said, why don't you give it a try? And I gave it a try. And I'm here 25 years later. Why am I telling you this story? When you look back, and you want to see Hashem, and you really can, if you want to. I'm standing here today because I decided to stay in Yeshiva in LA for 2 extra months, and I went to Camp Tabernas, went to Yeshiva in Edison, met Rabbi Salver. Rabbi Salver introduced me to Rabbi Snow, and I'm here. And I had the great opportunity, the great chance of learning with you, learning with generations. We're at the 2nd generation. Ari Sinker was very touching to be able to be here, as Benji was my first class. So it's really very nice that he's here. It is really special. Look for Hashem. Second thought, for you. As you know, I was a 4th grade Rebbe for 11 years here in the yeshiva. It was a great time. I loved it. It was a great part of the day coming down. It was so much fun. In 4th grade, I know of a boy that had a very big challenge of not being able to read. There was a program called SRA, Scholastic Reading Aptitude. I think that's what it stood for. And each boy was started off at the lowest level, and you worked your way up. I think it was dark blue to light blue to green. The books got a little harder, went up to brown or yellow, gold, silver, those amount. Some of those you remember such a program. And advancing. There was a 4th grade boy that week after week took out the same blue section week after week. Couldn't advance in his reading. Till the end of 4th grade, he advanced to light blue, went up 1 level. His friends were all in gold already. It was very hard. His parents worked very hard with him to get him to advance. Took him to doctors to hopefully be able to get him to be able to read, be able to advance. Baruch Hashem, that 4th grader, eventually did learn how to read and did advance past that. I know this 4th grade boy very well has a desire. That's my second message. Determination. Have the mind to do what you're going to do. Work at it. Work at it. There are challenges in life that really are there. They're real. They're real. You have to surpass them. Work on them. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself, and then you never know what you could achieve. You don't know what would happen. I was in 4th grade a number of years ago. I don't know the calculation, but it was more than 25 years ago. You never know what can happen. When I was in 4th grade, standing here talking to you after 25 years was a far thought. So my thoughts are, these 25 years were driven by that passion of that 4th grader. That I personally would like each person to be as successful as they could be. If you have a challenge, face the challenge. Live up to it. Work hard. You will succeed. You will. Don't always know where. You don't know which direction it's going. But you will succeed. I have been lucky to pursue my personal passion throughout all these years. I love coming to work every day. You should be as lucky as I am. It is the greatest privilege to be able to teach and to learn and to grow. It's a greater privilege when you have wonderful people to work with who are also just as passionate and pursuing excellence and working very hard to make sure everybody succeeds. But it's even nicer when the boys you work with are as wonderful as you are. I sit in class every day, the 8th grade class, usually twice a day. They sit there to learn. They want to know. We are 3 lines from finishing Masechta Shabbos. We have 2 lines from finishing Masechta Shabbos. Yemir Hashem, that's going to take place Wednesday morning or Thursday night. We have it this Tuesday night on our graduation trip. We are really, really pursuing. It is wonderful to be together. So my thought, this is my personal message. It's threefold. When I sign off in each of my emails, look to the past. Look through your past and find Hashem. Aim for the future. Have the determination to succeed where it's going to take place. To live the present with passion. Pursue everything with passion. With this type of thought, I'm hoping you'll all be successful and continue to be successful. As much as I enjoyed being with you, you'll enjoy being with every Rebbe and every teacher afterwards, and continue to grow and to learn and to find Hashem and determination and passion. Thank you very much for this opportunity. At this point, it's really a great privilege to be able to introduce the next 2 speakers. The next 2 speakers are, I walk into the classroom and I say, we're about to choose class representatives. Those boys that you feel the class feels represents the class, represents the ideals of the JEC, Rtma, represents Bein Adam L'Chavero, Bein Adam L'Moko, someone who pursues, works hard, puts in the effort. Do you know this was a challenging question if you look around at the boys in the class? They said, Rebbe, we can only choose 2. That's really what the question was. There's 13 boys in the class. We can only choose 2? I said, yeah, we have to choose only 2. I can't pick everybody. I would love for everybody to be able to speak. The boys worked, thought about it, kept it a secret. They didn't share who they voted on. It was kept quiet to make sure to respect each and every person. The collective choices that were chosen in order, Jacob Feit, Jacob Fish, what did I say? Jacob Feit, I apologize. Jacob, thank you, I apologize. And Benny Gluck. They have been chosen by their classmates to be able to represent their classes, and represent their classmates with Divrei Torah, thoughts of inspiration. First, Jacob.
teachers, guests, family, and friends. Welcome to the 8th grade graduation, and thank you everyone for coming. I'm very honored to have been chosen by my classmates as one of 2 representatives to speak tonight. As Mr. E always says, these things happen. Over the years, many Rebbeim teachers have taught us many valuable lessons, but the one that made the biggest impression on me was the concept of Yahavta L'Reacha Kamocha. We saw just a couple weeks ago how we were mourning during the Omer for the deaths of Rabbi Akiva's 24,000 students who died because they weren't careful with this mitzvah. The Midrash tells us the following story of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Several people were sailing in a ship. One takes out a drill and begins drilling into the floor of the ship. "What are you doing?" the others asked excitedly. "Why should you care?" was the reply. "Aren't I only drilling under my place?" This story illustrates for us how dependent we are on each other. When one of our ties break, or one of our connections or friendships break, and we start going on our own way or doing our own thing like the man in the ship, we must know that we're not only affecting ourselves, but everyone around us as well. I really think this story is a representation of one of the best characteristics of our class. If you look at our class, you'll see that every single person is caring for one another, and everyone holds equal status amongst each other. If you need help with something, someone else will help you. If you need notes, you can go into the WhatsApp chat and ask someone, and someone will send them to you. If you were absent and need to find out what you missed, you can ask and you'll get an answer. Everyone knows that all of their friends should be treated equally and treated the way they want to be treated. In Pirkei Avos, Parak Aleph Mishnah Vav, it says, "Aseh lecha rav, kinei lecha chaver." Establish a rav for yourself and acquire a friend for yourself. The Mishnah's choice of words is interesting since one usually speaks of buying an object, not a friend. In using the verb buy, the Chacham teaches an important lesson. Friends need to be chosen carefully. One should look into whom he chooses to be his friend. Just as you would research an item before you buy it to make sure it is not poor quality, so too when picking a friend, you should consider the type of person he is, ensuring that your friendship will be mutually beneficial. Is he a good influence? Will he inspire you? Will he help you when you need it? We can really apply this message now as we are moving on to high school. We are taking our existing friendships with us, and we will make new friendships as we go. If we follow the lessons of Pirkei Avos, we are guaranteed to make friends with the right people and create long-lasting friendships. Now I can start my thank yous. Thank you very much to our Rebbeim and teachers for helping us so much, teaching us everything we need to know, and inspiring us to challenge ourselves every single day. Thank you to my classmates for always being supportive of me and each other throughout our years here and making everything fun, whether a class or on a trip. Although some of us are leaving, for those of you guys who are leaving, we're not going to forget you and we can still be friends. But seriously, thank you guys so much for these amazing years of memories I can keep forever. Finally, thank you so much to my amazing parents for always being there for me, helping me when I don't understand homework, always helping me do better, and for emailing my permission slips to the school the day before the trip because I can never remember to bring them home. Again, thank you everyone for coming and enjoy the graduation.
Thank you, Jacob. Benny Gluck.
Versus Hamora Dasra of Tights, our Principal Rabbi Blonsky, and all the Rebbeim. I feel very fortunate to stand before you today at our 8th grade graduation. For a while, I wasn't sure what to speak about until I started to think about what this day means to me. I have spent the last 11 years growing up in JSC. Many of us graduating today have been together since preschool. Some of my friends have come to school more recently, but we're all here together completing an important step in our life journey. Starting high school is a big milestone, and I'm a little nervous. But for now, I just want to think about the graduating class of 2017, what we've accomplished together, and how proud I am to be a part of this class. We worked extremely hard as a group, helping each other study, doing homework, working on projects, making slideshows, covering for each other when we get in trouble. Just kidding. All of our combined efforts have been in the pursuit of reaching this goal, this accomplishment, our graduation. The concept of working as a group towards a goal and celebrating that achievement is spoken about in the Gemara. In Mesechus Tainus, Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says the 2 most festive days of the year are Yom Kippur and Tu B'Av. The Gemara asks, I understand why Yom Kippur is a festive day, because the day of Mechila and all our sins are forgiven, but why Tu B'Av? Rabbi and Rabbi Yosef answered that after working for 5.5 months to cut enough wood to keep the fires in the Mizbeach burning all year, they finished this great mitzvah on Tu B'Av. The Rashman Bababasa explains that their feeling of accomplishment for all of her work gave them a tremendous amount of happiness, and that simcha they experienced upon completing this great mitzvah happened on Tu B'Av. Rabbeinu Gershon gives another shot that once they stopped cutting wood, they celebrated because while they were working, they couldn't learn Torah, but now that they finished, they could go back to learning. We are celebrating together because we went through it all, the learning, the tests, the homework, and the projects. We're celebrating just like the woodcutters did in the times of Beis Hamikdash, because we completed something great and we did it together. We finished the first phase of our education. We celebrate together because we couldn't have done it without each other. Thanks to the amazing Rebbeim and teachers we've had in middle school, we have accomplished and learned so much. We learned how to read the Gemara, write a term paper, making amazing projects in STEM lab like building hot air balloons, solving high school math problems, and much more. Together, we also learned sections of Brachos, Psachim, Megillah, Bava Kama, along with many areas of Tanakh and Halacha. We also completed the entire time of Shabbos, and most importantly, we completed many fantasy football leagues. I'm kidding. Thank you to my parents and grandparents for all your help. Thank you to my father, who many times came late from work and learned Gemara with me, and to my mother for pushing me to do my best, not to sell for just okay, and most importantly, for chicken wontons. Thank you to all my classmates for always helping with my schoolwork, always being there for me, and helping me graduate today together with you. I wish all of you success and happiness at our next great challenge, high school.
Thank you, Jacob and Benny. Excellent job. The Kesser Shem Tov Award, chosen by the administration in Rebbeim, is given to a student whose character and midos shine through in everything that he does. To present this award, I'd like to call upon somebody who lives and breathes the Rtma Middle School, without whom programs, events, smiles would be less, and who the boys look to constantly for guidance, support, warmth, and care. Please stand and show your kavod to Rabbi Menachem Friedman.
Thank you, Rabbi Newman. Had I known about the introduction, I would have told my mother to come. Lost opportunity right there. The famous Mishnah in Avos, Rabbi Shimon Omer, Shimon says, Shlosha Kesarim, there are three crowns given to our Kadosh Baruch Hu, to the Jewish people. Keser Torah, the crown of Torah, Keser Kahuna, Keser Malchut. The Keser Shem Tov, but the crown of a good name, Ola al Gabeha, it surpasses all of them. And the Sforno explains that the crown of Torah, Kahuna, and Malchus can only be worn by someone who has a Shem Tov. Apparently, a Shem Tov is a very, very important thing to have, as it encompasses everything. Today's Kesser Shem Tov award goes to somebody, Josh Krause, who, not yet, I still have to talk about you a little bit. I still would like to, actually, love to. And I just sat down to write a couple of adjectives about Josh, and it took me about 10 seconds to come up with stellar midos, a leader, a gentleman, he's fun, he's an incredible student, he's soft-spoken, he's sophisticated, he has a great sense of humor, and I could have kept going. And there was one more thing that I thought about, and only Josh knows what I'm talking about, but it was noticed. Josh recently sacrificed so that someone else's feelings shouldn't be hurt, and it was a serious sacrifice. But that's Josh, because when we needed someone to do something like that, Josh stepped right up. Yeah, sure, no problem, sure. That's the kind of person we're talking about, and very, very deserving of this award. Mazel tov. And while I'm up here, I'm just going to hog the mic for another minute or three, because no one has the guts to kick me off now. I actually was looking for a venue to be able to say what I want to say, and it's only going to be a small fraction. Maybe it'd be better if I said nothing, but I have to say something. A very dear friend of mine for the past 15 years, I've been here for 15 years, and we've worked together every one of those years. First 2 years we were co-rebbeim in the high school, junior high school, Rtma junior high school, and in the last 13 years, Rabbi Yablonsky was my principal. There are a lot of things that you guys have seen, that you know about, and a lot of things you don't know about, and I think it's worth going over some of these things. There are the things you know, like the SSI, the Safe School Initiative, where Rabbi Yablonsky took a school that had the average amount of bullying that went on in every school, that goes on in every school, and reduced it to near zero, if not zero altogether. There's the lab system that you know about, annoys you, we know, annoys you to death. However, I will tell you that I've spoken to people in the high school and people who have graduated who tell me they still use a system like that until today. I'm talking about people who are very with the program, in case you're saying people are, yeah, that's a nerd. No. I'm talking about people who are really, really with it, and they appreciated it and go with it. So these are important things that you're learning. The 8+1 contest that we have. The fact that every single day of Hanukkah, Rabbi Yablonsky wanted something special to be going on. The fact that Tu B'Shvat, we have a tish where we eat all the different brachos with an emphasis on the foods from Eretz Yisrael, the foods from Eretz Yisrael. The celebration, the breakfast, and the program that we have on Yom HaSmolot. The brachos, the Yediyos Kolyos. You know about all these things, and there's so much more to what I'm saying, besides all the other things that already took place before the middle school came into the picture, but was advanced to the to an incredible level. There are other things that you know, and that's Rabbi Y's dedication to every student. You know some of it, you don't know all of it, because you don't know when we sit with Rabbi Y and we go through students. People who we're having a hard time with in the class. And there's no such thing by Rabbi Y as, all right, he's a troublemaker, he's a problem. There's a focus, a tremendous focus on what are the good things about this boy, what are the positives, what does he have going for him, what can we focus on, how far has he come, we hear that all the time. Look how far he's come, I'm sorry I'm taking up your time, but I need to say this. Look how far he's come. Look what he was a year ago, look what he's doing now, look. A tremendous focus on the positive. We have a meeting once a year where we go through every single boy in the middle school and what works for this boy. What works? What makes him do better? Every single student. It's more than once a year, actually. It's twice a year, mid-year and at the end of the year, so we know what to do the following year. Then there are some other things that you don't know. For example, I cannot tell you how many times Rabbi Y has pulled me over in the hallway and said, do me a favor. Come over there, could you please tell him to put his phone away? Because if I ask him to put his phone away, then I'm going to have to take it away. So, and you guys thought you got lucky that I got you first before Rabbi Y could get you, when really it was Rabbi Y who sent me to do it. And this happened countless times with countless different things. Rabbi Y commented recently, and Rabbi Carlin just said it to me earlier. Rabbi Y says that what he wants to do, his mission in life, and all he wants to do is to impact people. Well, I can tell you clearly, Rabbi Y, you have impacted many, many people. So I would like to give a public thank you, a public yashar koach to Rabbi Y for all the guidance that he's given us throughout the years. I will not lose your phone number. I will be calling you whenever necessary to say this went wrong, what do I do? Because Rabbi Y is the best last minute if something goes wrong to make everything go well. And by the way, you should all get his phone call as well, and his phone number as well. So that's a shame. We hope we will be in touch, and we hope that Rtma, the middle school, this is not the last that we're seeing of you, and we wish you continued hatzlacha where you go. They're very lucky people in Staten Island, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, Rabbi Friedman. There are those leaders who lead by power, and there are those who lead through influence. We are fortunate in JAC, and have been fortunate for many years and should continue for many years to come, God willing, to be led by such an individual who is powerful because of his leadership through influence, and through the influence that he has on the administration, the rebbeim, and the teachers. And boys, you have been directly and indirectly benefited. You have benefited from Rav Teitz, who is the Rav Ha'ir, the Dean of the JC. Please give your kavod to Rav Teitz.
What should I say? More power to me? It's a strange graduation that we're attending tonight, in that it's going both ways. The students are going, the principals are going. They're going in opposite directions. The students are going to high school, the principals are to elementary school. But it is a time of change. Why my graduation address is necessary, especially after we've heard from Rabbi Yablonsky himself, I don't know. I would only reiterate what he said, which was actually in the Parshas HaShavua, that any decision a person makes about a change, the consideration should be what will serve Hashem, what is on the Hashem, what does Hashem want of us. And, as he said, you have to have confidence that Hashem will guide you in the proper way, will lead you, and actually it's a threefold thing. Before you've made a decision, your Rebbeinu Shalom helps you to make that decision. When the decision is made and what you're doing is done, then that is carrying it out requires a siyata d'shmaya. And that the benefit should remain and not be squandered is again Hashem's help. The Rav said it on the pasuk. I have bitachon, I have faith that you will deal with me with chesed and will lead me on the right path. And I rejoice as you are helping me, as I am doing that which you have shown me to do. But I don't forget afterwards, after it's done, I give praise to Hashem for having led me in the proper path. And this, my dear young men, should be your model for life. That everything you do should be out to Hashem, whether it's to remain, whether it's to go on, and always to remember, before, during, and after any decision, the consideration has to be, what is it that Hashem wants of us? I have great faith in you, based on what you've accomplished until now, that as you go on to high school and beyond, that you will continue to grow and to develop. Our goal here in the school is to raise Bnei Torah. And by Bnei Torah, I don't mean just somebody necessarily who sits and learns all of that stuff and sneezes at it. But it means a person who is guided in all that he does by Torah. He's a mentor. And that effort has been led by Rabbi Yablonsky. So as he leaves, I think we can all give thanks to him for having strived to accomplish that. And that accomplishment will remain because of his efforts. Hakol Sharir Yikayom will remain. So I join everyone else in thanking and paying tribute to Rabbi Yablonsky. Sometimes when students leave, I wish them happiness, but dissatisfaction. I won't say it to Rabbi Yablonsky. I hope he will always look back at this time as the most satisfying time of his life. That he, together with you young men, not together, you're not going back to elementary school, but along with you young men, enjoy, grow, and succeed in all your future endeavors. And be, you 13, and those who preceded you and those who follow you, be sources of true Yiddish nachas to your families, to the school, and in Yitzhak Hashem to Klal Yisrael.
A mashal I like to give. The Chavetz Chaim tells a parable of somebody, a traveler who's coming to a crossroads, and the sign telling him where to go, this is distracting, I know, a sign telling him where to go fell down. And so as he gets closer, he has no idea where idea is going. And And the time simply points out that all that person has to do is put the sign up, and if he knows where he's coming from, it's easy to decide where he's going. And so I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of you sitting in the room, parents and grandparents, cousins, relatives, all of you who have had a tremendous impact, who have partnered with us in growing these fine young men into who they are and who they can be. And boys, I ask you to stand up and give a round of applause to your parents and your grandparents. Okay, now you can sit down. We have a short video presentation, and just a couple of thank yous for that. First of all, for the photography and videography, I'd like to thank Elazar Milstein, and to his assistant, David Engel. Okay, you've done this also, thank you. And to Mrs. Ben Chaim who put it together, thank you very much.
wish it was my class.
Thank you. Mitzvah Shem should be sent out. It'll be a little easier to hear it. Here we are at the time that the boys are waiting for. Time we're waiting for. So each and every one of the boys are very special. Judah is new to the school. He acclimated himself and integrated with the rest of the class to be an integral part of the class. He shows his perseverance to pursue a clear understanding of all information. Judah Chapter. David shares his smile and share at all times, and is inquisitive, knows no bound. He's determined to understand and ask about any subject or occurrence. This wonder trait will carry him very far. David Ingram. When Jacob walks into a room, one could feel his presence. He's a natural leader and has set the example on many occasions. Jacob is one serious Jew. Jacob. Benny's chain is only topped by his motivation and determination to do the best that he could in all situations. With this combination, we are sure to hear of greater and even greater success in the future. Benny Glover. When Yisrael enters a room, he brings good cheer to all his friends with his smile and good humor. He has challenged himself by stepping up to the plate and has participated in all aspects of davening. Yisrael Go. is quiet, but don't let that fool you. He is sharp and razor focused in his questions and understanding of class. Anani Kramer. Josh, the Kesser Shankov awardee, has set the example from academic diligence to his exemplary interaction with all people that he meets. He is a gentleman amongst a class of fine men. Josh Krause. One thinks of the quiet Balmidos, but don't let that deceive you. As the teacher gets concerned, when he raises his hand, will they be able to answer Chaim's challenging questions? Chaim Landa. Elazar is helpful in whatever manner possible. He always completes each task in a very polite manner. He is very active in making everything happen. We are sure to hear great accomplishments from Elazar. Elazar Milson. Yehuda has an infectious smile, thank you, and has demonstrated his determination numerous times when he refuses to settle on an easy way out. May this meeting continue for years to come. Yehuda Astra. David has used his gift to challenge himself. Not only has he made it to the Chidon Tanakh, he joined the 9th grade honors Chumash class, and even more so, 12th grade pre-calculus class, and aced them both as he embraced the challenge. David Pasher, our Shul Rav. David is a great friend. You can sense the chaim with the conversation and watching him enter a room. Watching with his friends in the hall or playing ball. There is no change. Always a lovely young man. David Swissa. Not only has Ariel showed tremendous growth over the years in middle school, that his participation in class is crucial for a class discussion to progress. But you just gotta see his notes. They're always clear and precise. It looks like he types it even. What we love the most about Ariel is his Avas Hashem. Ariel Zach.
Mazel tov to the graduates. I ask you, graduates, to please rise. I get to say this twice a year, and it's my favorite thing to say. So, by the power vested in me, every time, it still does it, by the state of New Jersey. We are happy to recognize and celebrate and congratulate the graduates of the class of 2017. As the graduates walk out, you can take pictures, and we'll be meeting in the back for a reception for all the families. Reception.
We've had a few of those. Malta. Ellie, beautiful. And that is brother, you would be here.